What if I told you that ancient Chinese warriors wielded flamethrowers, fired rockets, and blasted enemies with handheld cannons more than 1,000 years ago? These tales sound like fantasy, something out of anime or a video game, but what if some of them were real? Welcome to Ancient Chinese Superweapons, Fact or Fiction. The power of myth and legend. Ancient China was a world of emperors, warriors, and inventors, but it was also a world of stories, of magical weapons that could burn down armies and collapse walls, and terrify even the bravest generals. In legends, a single soldier with a fire lance could hold off an entire squad. In modern anime and games, you'll see jade-colored warriors launching rockets from horseback and wielding mystic cannons. Let's separate the legendary tales from the hard-hitting historical technology. Take Sanxingdui, a mysterious archaeological site in Sichuan in China's west. There, strange bronze artifacts have been found. There are gigantic masks, odd tools, and objects that don't quite match anything we've seen elsewhere. Some speculate that this lost Bronze Age culture had technology more advanced than previously believed. Could the legends be echoes of a forgotten technological golden age? Let's get to the real weapons, and yes, they're epic. First, the fire lance. This was one of the earliest gunpowder weapons in the world. A spear with a bamboo or metal tube near the tip filled with gunpowder. You light it, and flames shoot out in a fiery burst. Sometimes it shot iron shards or small projectiles too. Next, the hand cannon, a small metal barrel mounted on a wooden shaft. Think of it as a medieval shotgun. Sometimes it shot iron shards or small projectiles too. A thunderous blast, load it with powder and a projectile, light the fuse, and boom! Early models weren't very accurate, but imagine the fear factor in long ago times when someone pointed a fire-spitting metal tube at you. And then, the cannon. By the time of the Yuan and early Ming dynasties, Chinese engineers had developed iron cannons strong enough to destroy fortress walls. Some designs were compact and mobile, others were massive siege weapons. And finally, rockets and rocket carts. Yes, real rockets. Chinese soldiers strapped gunpowder tubes to arrows and launched them in volleys. They even built a Huo-Che, a rocket cart that fired dozens at once, creating fiery barrages in the sky. But let's be honest, were these really super weapons? Here's the reality check. The fire lance could only fire once before reloading, and the flame only reached a few feet. But on a crowded battlefield, that flash of fire was enough to start panic, and probably a fire. Soldiers had to be close, and reloading was slow. Yet this was a game-changing weapon. Cannons evolved quickly in China. By the 13th and 14th centuries, they were accurate and deadly. Chinese records even mention thunder crash bombs. These were grenade-like iron shells. Rocket arrows weren't precise, but they were effective weapons for psychological warfare. Imagine how you would feel with dozens of fiery streaks flying toward you all at once. So, while this ancient technology was extraordinary, it doesn't have the power our modern weapons do. Yet it turns out, those early gunpowder mixes, usually charcoal, saltpeter and sulfur, really could shoot flames and mini projectiles with surprising force. 3D modeling of Ming Dynasty cannons shows how careful the metallurgical design was. They were crafted to withstand repeated explosions. Even residue analysis on battlefield relics proves that these weapons weren't just decorative. They were fired, and they left an impact, literally. And now, new archaeological sites like Sanxingdui and even ongoing studies at the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang hint that there is much more to be found. So, are there still forgotten weapons buried beneath the earth? It's possible. From battlefields to pop culture, the legacy of these ancient weapons lives on. In video games, fire lances become flamethrowers, and rocket carts launch magical missiles. In anime, ancient Chinese warriors wield supernatural tech based on gunpowder-era tools. In films, armies storm castles with cannons and flash bombs straight out of history books. But even beyond entertainment, the influence of these weapons is real and of extraordinary importance. China's gunpowder weapons paved the way for global military transformation. Their inventions spread westward along the Silk Road, changing warfare in the Islamic world, then spreading westward to Europe, and eventually the entire planet. Understanding these early inventions reminds us that great innovations don't just appear in one place. They spread, evolve, and reshape the world. So were these ancient Chinese weapons truly super weapons? Well, maybe they are not super in the superhero sense, but they were powerful, real, and way ahead of their time. And, as we uncover more history, who knows what other forgotten technology might be waiting for rediscovery? Thanks for watching. Join us again to learn more about history. Do like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get updates from our channel.